Welcome to the Chain Out Podcast with your hosts, Jeremy and Daryl.
Hey everybody, welcome to Season 3, Episode 113, Chain Out Podcast with your two favorite Canadian disc golf podcast hosts, Daryl.
That'd be me.
And Jeremy. So, word up, Daryl, what's crack-a-lackin'? How do you like my slang? I've been working on it.
You might need to get a little bit up to date.
What? That wasn't that's not recent? The kids aren't using that right now?
I mean, it's retro. You can call it retro.
I'm into nostalgic area.
Yeah.
Well, wait till you see what I got happening in a bit here. But I wanted to see first, before all that, how are you doing? What's the chat looking like? How are we starting out this episode? Are we looking good?
Oh, the chat is, what was it we said last week? It was getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Something like that. We got all the usual suspects. Doc's in the chat. Smoky Rides, welcome back. Nice to have you here. Sam, Sonia's obviously in the chat. Who else?
I think I saw Dina in there as well.
Yeah,
so
Dina
good to see you, Dina.
On. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to have another packed chat there. And we're still trying to figure it out now that everyone's in there. Is it the Chain Links or is it the Chain Out Gang? What are we calling the chat? What is the chat calling themselves? I want a name for the
that's
team
the
this
thing,
year.
right? We discussed this before. Is that I like the Chain Out Gang because it says Cogs, Chain, Cogs. It's got a link, but apparently you can't name your followers. They got to name themselves. Like the Swifties became Swifties. The Believers named themselves.
That's right.
So we want to know, what do you guys want to be known as?
What can we call you in the chat when we want to shout out to you?
Doc says Sonia's crew. I don't think you're kind of missing the point there, Doc.
I thought Doc was going to say the goats.
You had to bring up the goats.
All right. Well, let's tell everybody in the chat.
See,
and
for
people
listening, they won't get that reference.
No, they won't.
You got to watch on YouTube and be a part of the chat to understand that reference.
And understand the goats.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about what's happening tonight, listeners, and Daryl and everybody out there. So, and all you New Brunswick listeners, let me start there. How's she going? I'm sure you're all done with your vittles and ready for the right hot show that we've got for you tonight. Luc Richard will be joining us, and as you know, he's a beauty. Yep. We'll be chatting with him all about what New Brunswick and the Maritimes has planned for this year, and who knows, it may even make me consider becoming a come from away. So stick around for another 15 minutes, and you can fill your boots with some great information. What do you think, Daryl? Did I do better?
I like that better.
Yeah, I either endeared myself to the East Coast crew or they're getting a little owly with me. I'm not sure which one it's going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, stick around. We're going to have Luc on. It's going to be a great conversation.
Yeah. You just want to scroll back up a little bit there for me, please?
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know that you're going to do that, though.
So,
I think you cut that out.
No.
Okay. We got an audible going?
Don't worry, Jeremy. So, a little bit of an event preview happening. Let's talk about what Aspen Meadows and the Falcon Flight people are putting on.
Falcon's Flight?
Yeah, Jordan Alway wanted to reach out and let our listeners know that the Falcons Flight Committee is going to be putting on a fundraiser, a sanctioned fundraiser in June.
Okay.
That's for people that don't know that the Aspen Meadows area is only eligible to hold one tournament a year. That's the Falcons Flight, obviously. They need to get the area rezoned. So they want to rezone it as a recreational area so they can hold more tournaments.
Right.
So this will be a special sanctioned event, a special fundraiser to go ahead and help towards the bid to get that area rezoned.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So stay tuned. Look out on Disc Golf Scene. Look out for that. Check socials, and that'll be a good event to be a part of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we love it. I've been there the last 2 years. You were there 2 years ago. And we've had a lot of fun. That course, those two courses are two of the best ones in Alberta and in Canada. And they can be a lot of fun, and they can also kick your butt when you least expect it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to quickly jump back into the chat here, Sam says, large thunder in nearby.
Oh, okay. He's going really far east there.
Sonia said, oh my Jesus Murphy, Jeremy is trying to be an East Coaster. Doc says, what about the spit outs? Not too sure about that one.
Yeah. So there we go.
There you go.
All right. Well, what we do have is we got a few giveaways that we got to talk about. Two of them are sitting right in front of me here, and those are our 1010 discs that we have. One of them is this green Castoplast Berg. The other one is the pink and white Halo West Side Pine. and they got some US of A and 1010 disc stamps on there, and we're excited to give them away. We had a lot of people getting in touch and interacting with the giveaway. So,
And it's not that hard to follow rules, people. In the description, it says you have to do a couple of things. It's not hard to do these little things. Follow Chain Out Podcast, follow 1010 Discs, and leave a comment why your tagged friend would like these discs. Make sure you do it, because I do check. I go back and I check, and people weren't qualified, so they didn't get in.
stickler for detail.
Do you want to find out who won?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So it looks like Chris F is the winner. Congratulations, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
so
yeah, and we'll reach out to Chris.
Yeah.
We've got all the contact info, right?
yeah, we'll get we got some stuff we need to give to him anyway. So
Oh, is that the Chris F that I'm thinking it is?
That's the Chris F for the mini. So that's
Oh,
why I was
that's
saying I had something else I need to
fantastic.
talk to you about it later.
Okay,
Chris
congratulations.
F is
AKA,
Old Greybeard
yeah, that's right. So
for Old Grey Disc Golf. There he is, Greybeard Disc Golf. But let's just say, for those people that can't follow rules, they don't want to go and follow 1010 Disc or whoever the giveaway might be. They don't want to tag somebody in the comments. That's fine. They don't have to. Do you know there's another way that you can get entered, Jeremy?
is there?
Yeah.
How do you do
If you
that?
sign up for our Patreon, you automatically get entered to all of our giveaways.
That's right.
And if you are a member of our paid member of our Patreon, and you like the post and you go and follow the other people as well, and you tag a friend, then you get entered twice.
That's right.
That's a good way to double your chances on way to win any giveaway that we do.
Fantastic.
And Chris F is a Patreon follower, so it pays to follow Patreon.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Greybeard. We'll get those out to you. And we're almost at our next giveaway. We have a magic number we're trying to hit. Everybody knows about this. We've talked about it enough times. We're trying to hit the magic number of 500. We're at 494. And I don't know how many more weeks it's going to take to get there, to get 6 more people.
Yeah.
And when we get there, we got a bag,
Yeah.
6 discs, 3 minis, 2 towels, stickers, and more that we're going to be giving away.
Yeah. Surely people out there know of 6 people. Just go and tell them.
Yeah, just go and tell them about us.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
So then we'll give it away.
Yeah.
Then we'll stop going on about it. What I feel like right now is we're on a roller coaster, and we're just getting that last little couple clicks up to the top, right? It's on those last little clicks, and as soon as we go over the top,
We're going to be screaming all the way down.
we're going to be going like crazy, Jeremy. We're having, just quickly jump back in the chat again, the nubs.
Well, yeah, that's a part of a basket.
Sam said the nubs. Doc says rusty chains. I think that's what we were called at one point, right? We were the rusty chains or the cranky chains. I can't remember what we were.
I don't know if it was we.
That's fair. Missing links.
Yeah, I like that one.
Hey, it's,
All right.
Yeah, so for them.
And do we have anything more on the giveaway front?
Oh, I'm sure you want me to say something, but I'm not exactly sure what you want me to say. Oh yeah, of course. So the last giveaway announcement, we gathered all the prize related to our fantasy picks. Remember that, Jeremy?
I
We
do.
did that last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I've gone through the process. I've now got all the prizes together. I've divided them up. I will be contacting the winners. Keep an eye out. Also, visit our website, and you can join us to be a part of season 3 of our
Fantasy picks.
Fantasy
Our
picks.
Canadian
2 on-
A-tier fantasy
2 on the
picks.
website, but 3 overall.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yep. So that's awesome.
there you go.
And then we've got some tournaments that we want to review. And I say tournaments, but I don't think we can do tournaments anymore. Last week, I think we did all the ones that were happening in Canada.
Right.
But it's adding up.
Oh, yeah.
We love our disc golf, and
Yeah.
across Canada,
We'd love to cover everyone.
there's a ton of tournaments, but we're only going to hit one tonight.
Yeah. Tonight, we're going to start with a pop-up event, Jeremy.
Ooh.
Yeah, just pop-up one to highlight. Chris Hartman, we know him.
Yeah.
Brett Wells,
Know
we
him.
know him. Joyce Lung, not too familiar.
Know them now.
Along with Trinity Western University, they put on the Peace Arch Collegiate and High School Invitational Tournament. I'm sure you're just getting these ones with the longest names. It was a pop-up course in Surrey, BC called Meridian Hills. This was a 4-person college team format event.
Yeah. And so Chris Hartman's involved. We've had him on the show. He's a beauty. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And I asked Chris how it went. And as always, not only was Chris quick to respond, but Chris will give you as much information as possible and is always great. It's almost too much information for me to put out in this update, but we'll likely put a post on our website so you can go check that out. We've been putting some news posts there. We'll put a post with some more information, but let me do a quick summary. The pop-up course, it was a huge hit. They opened the course up for the entire day so players that weren't even in the tournament could come out and play. 330 rounds were played in one day from the moment the sun came up to the last round finishing as the sun was setting. So that's a great thing about a course when it's a pop-up. And Meridian Hills has a lot of cedar trees, really beautiful area there from the pictures I could see.
Yeah.
There were a number of universities that were participating. It was Western Washington University, University of Victoria, University of BC, Columbia Bible College, and Trinity Western, and they all participated. And the winner was the host. Trinity Western took it down.
Yeah.
And then on top of all of that, they did a high school event, as we kind of mentioned in the title of it. 8 high schools came out to participate. So that was a great turnout because we've talked about how the college game is growing, but to see that they're also growing the high school side of the sport, fantastic. The more kids in the sport, the more it's going to grow for us over time.
Yeah.
So last thing I want to say about this is Chris also let us know that Trinity Western is heading down to the U.S. to attempt to secure a Div 1 spot for college nationals.
Yeah.
Now, they already have a Div 2 spot secured, so they're going to try and get the Div 1. So good luck to them. And again, hit the website and see some more information.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that's a little bit about the up-and-comers.
Yes.
Let's do the people that have been around a little bit, Jeremy, the pros.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us. We had a Daryl and Jeremy update.
No.
No.
So let's head back down to New Zealand for the 2026 Discraft Australasia Open, presented by OTB. That took place in Taupo,
One
New
of those.
Zealand last weekend. I believe that is the one with the beautiful course with the shooting range close by.
Yes,
Remember that from last year?
Yeah, there was like a lot of noise in the background, and I think it was even distracting some of the players.
Yeah, exactly. So over on the MPO side, from Pittsville, Wisconsin, Eli Swanson, he took down the win, winning by 1 shot over tall Paul Oman.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know that name.
You know that name?
I don't
Eli
know the other
Swanson?
one though.
Yeah.
I know Tall Paul.
Yeah, I know the name. I haven't experienced him enough.
Okay.
Yeah, but obviously he's a good player.
Yeah.
Over on the FPO side, Kat Murch, there was only one winner. After round 1, she was leading by 8 shots. I don't think she ever lost the lead. She was victorious by 4 shots over Sarah Hokum. It's a name you don't hear very often, but yeah.
Yeah, we know her. She's been up to Canada too. She's on that guest list.
She's on the list, yeah.
Yeah.
Our own Canadian Sophia Dunica, she finished 4th, shooting a 950 rated event, Jeremy.
Yeah. Always good to see
dream of
Sophia
950s.
having a good time and playing some disc golf.
Yeah. Speaking of Canadians, we had some people down there as well, representing in other divisions. Trevor Bouvier from Dawson Creek, BC. He finished tied for 19th in MA2. Justin McCullough, he's from Leduc.
Oh, right around the corner.
Just around the corner. He finished 25th in MA2. And then Richard Crook from Victoria, BC, he finished 12th in MA60.
Yeah, it was
Quite a span down there.
It's crazy to see Canadian names aside from Sophia
Right.
that were there. I was
Yeah.
like, that's a long way to go for a disc golf tournament. Well, and on top of that, there was another familiar name I saw who's going to be participating in an event next week, which will be the New Zealand Open. And that's Blake Hurdle.
He's in the chat. He just popped up.
Oh, there he is.
There
So
he
Blake's in the chat. We've been talking with him. He's in BC. He's coming back from an injury and he's ready to play. He's touring around, trying to stay dry.
Yeah.
Apparently it's been raining quite a lot down in New Zealand, at
Right.
least where he's been.
Yeah.
So he's
North.
hoping that it's going to be good. And he's going to be our kind of on the ground reporter there and give us an update for next week's episode about how the New Zealand
Great.
Open went. So
Awesome.
fantastic. So welcome, Blake. We want to see you play well. We want to see that arm back in full flight. I won't tell how it got injured. You can share that with people if you want.
Exactly.
So Daryl, what do you think? With all this talk about the New Zealand Open, you had told me before that if you won the lottery after watching that documentary on Malloy, you take us there.
Right.
Do you think we could get to New Zealand too on that? Because it seems like it would be a great tournament,
hey,
tour to be part of.
If I won the lottery, let's do a world tour. Let's go to Sweden. Let's take in the LA Open.
Yeah.
Let's go to Japan. There's a course out there that somebody as an American that owns it. I forget his name.
Okay. We could do the Koh Samui Swine or the
we'll
one
go
too there.
everywhere.
We'll go to Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. I like this. Get winning the lottery.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Buy
in the
more
Philippines.
tickets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Buy more tickets. You got to be in it to win it.
Yeah. And let's get to our sponsor announcements. We're so excited to let you know who we've got sponsoring us for 2026. We saw that in the chat. You'd already recognized there was a change to our opening sequence there. Well, first of all, we've got BR Disc Golf, who has supported the podcast for the past 2 years, and we're happy to announce that they are going to be sponsoring us again.
Yes.
Fantastic news. And on top of that, what's better than having one disc golf store look after the podcast?
2 disc golf stores?
That's right, having 2. So we've also got Disc Republic, who's going to be supporting the podcast this year, and we are so excited. We've had Jason Tay on the show before. We did an interview with him. You can go back and check that out. I think it was from season 1, sometime around there, or start of season 2.
I think it would have been, yeah.
But fantastic to have him on board and helping us out too. We've watched over the past few years that our Canadian disc golf stores don't always make it. So we lost Gander Disc Golf, we lost Limber Disc Golf, we lost Goat Towel as well this past year.
Yeah.
So we want to do everything we can, and we encourage you to support the disc golf stores in Canada, including BR Disc Golf and Disc Republic. And we asked the gentleman there what they got going on.
Yeah.
And it's that time of year. Putting leagues are happening. BR Disc Golf has got the Alberta Big Putt Putting League happening in the province, and you're going to need putters,
of course,
in order to participate in these events. So if you're checking out BR Disc Golf, you can buy 3 and then you get 1 for 50% off. And if you're checking out Disc Republic, you can buy a set of 5 putters and you can get 10% off your putters, and then you also get 3% back in loyalty points. So no matter where you are, whether you're West Coast all the way to the East Coast, we've got you covered. Support them, and there should be a spot to put a code, and we want you to use the code CHAINOUT, which is going to be a promo code that helps support the podcast and these 2 beautiful faces that you love seeing every week.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And just stay tuned. All I'm going to say is stay tuned, because there may be another one coming in some form or another somewhere along the line. Might be fantasy, might be a regular podcast. I'm just saying stay tuned.
Yeah, you betcha. But Daryl, I think it's time to go to the green room. How is the green room looking?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm sorry. I'm just struck by the chat and all the coincidences we keep having. You talk about Blake and he shows up in the chat. Maybe he didn't get here early enough, but Greybeard Disc Golf is in the chat. Chris F. Chris, go back and watch the beginning of the episode, because...
Yeah. Tell us what you think about throwing Castoplast and Westside discs, because...
Do you have a Berg? Do you have a... I bet you don't have a Westside Pine.
You do now, buddy.
You do, because you won our giveaway. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Green room, our guest is in there. They're screwing up the water bottles, Jeremy. They've drank all the water. They're getting impatient. So let's
Did you put any of those granola bars that you made in there?
Great,
because they were delicious.
Congrats, guys. Mr. Zosh, thank you.
They were delicious. Those granola bars you made. Did you put any in there for the guest?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah,
okay.
On the
they
plate.
probably love it. So we love talking with guests from all over Canada. We're heading out to the East Coast, the Maritimes, and more specifically, Dieppe, New Brunswick. There is a lot of disc golf happening on the East Coast this year, so get your calendars ready. And we're going to bring on tournament director and volunteer extraordinaire, Luc Richard, onto the podcast.
Good evening,
Luke.
gentlemen.
Hey, Luke. How are you doing?
Good, you?
Good. It's good to have you. Good to have you back on the podcast. Now, we love fun facts here on the podcast. So here's one for you. So the first time you were on the podcast was episode 47. That was for the Discmania Open recap. 33 episodes later, you joined us for episode 80, and that was for the Dieppe Open recap. And now we're exactly 33 episodes later again on episode 113 to talk about Maritimes disc golf. So how coincidental is that?
It's what can I say? Timing.
Right?
Timing. That's all it is.
I guess that means you just have to invite him, already schedule him in for episode 146.
Yeah, there you go. Every 33 episodes, it's time for some more Luke.
Yeah.
You know what? It's going to be close to it if we do a recap of the Dieppe Open eventually or something like that. We'll be in that vicinity anyways.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Well, good to see you again, Luke. How have you been? Did you have a good Christmas, a good New Year's? Have you been relaxing in this off season?
Yeah, off season's fun. It's just once again when you're involved the way we are here, it's back to the drawing board and trying to get the next events going. But yeah, it's been we took it relaxed once the season gets done here. I'm not a big fan of winter disc golf, so it's a time to take a step back. But you get hungry for it though. Come this time of the year, and you see things happening, and you're putting things together. We're we're hoping for an early spring, anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
we are as well.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of winter golf either, so I feel exactly how you feel there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we got a lot to talk about tonight when it comes to maritime
So
disc golf. But what we realized is all those times we've had you on the podcast, we've never actually asked you how you got into disc golf. So why don't we ask
how
you and find out the chain out way?
I'll fire the
Yeah,
chin
yeah.
Go
away.
for it.
All right.
Basically,
Oh,
just-
Luke, the chain out way. You gotta wait. There's like a
Whoa.
big thing here.
know.
So we
I
gotta. Yeah, we've got our listeners getting ready there
Go for it.
because I've got a bit of a stretch for you. So you can sit back, relax, and we're gonna do it chain out origin story style. So Luke, I'm thinking back in 1987, you might have had a stressful job as a marketing executive. And after a long week in Ottawa, you were looking forward to heading home to Dieppe to spend Thanksgiving with your family. As you got to the airport, a snowstorm rolled in and so did the flight delays. And an overly friendly man sat down and introduced himself as Ben Smith. He was a disc golf basket salesman and he was heading out east as well. Disc golf, you thought. Yeah, right. And you moved a few seats further away from this guy. But then you looked up, the departures board went red, all flights were canceled. You were going to get home no matter what you had to do. What were you going to do? You thought, why don't we go to Via Rail and we'll take a train? Walking up to the counter, there was Ben again, this time talking about how disc golf was the next big thing. The train broke down in Bathurst and Ben was still talking, this time about Doogie Heiser or something. Ben convinced you to share a rental car the rest of the way. The drive was pretty smooth, but all of a sudden you were going the wrong way.
How did they know which way we were going?
Eventually you made it back to Dieppe with a new friend and a new love of disc golf. I think I got confused on this one, so why don't you tell us how it really happened?
the snowstorm thing, though, is actually somewhat accurate, to be honest. And the Ben Smith story kind of relates also because myself and Ben did share some road that back when we went to Worlds in Peoria, Illinois, I think it was 2022. I basically drove twice to the airport to go get Ben as he was coming in as a surprise to our guests. So yeah, that did happen. But ironically, the first time I touched disc golf disc was we had some relatives over from Quebec, and we were supposed to go do some fat bike at one of our national parks. And we ended up with this huge snowstorm that hit our area, and then it just kind of crippled our plans. And we knew that the course had just been set up in 2018 here in Dieppe, so we just took our frisbees. We knew that there was baskets there, and we walked around with our kids at that point and just basically did some snowshoeing around the course in Dieppe. That was in 2018. But then I didn't touch a disc after that, and I'm basically a COVID disc golfer. So we got into it, myself and Anthony, my son, in 2000 with COVID hitting. We had lots of people reach out. We were a very active family, and that's how we got into it. And then along came the following summer, met with Ben Smith, and here we are today.
And that was it. Yeah.
That was it. Fell in love with it.
That's it. It's always good when the whole family disc golf. So if you can get more people involved, then it's so much easier to get out, and it makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So
Exactly, yep.
we like to do our research. Well, Jeremy likes to do his research. Now, according to PDGA, your first sanctioned tournament was the Out of the Orange Phase Halloween Classic. What do you remember about that tournament?
The Halloween Classic. That was,
This is
Yep,
according to
Worms.
PDGA, whether it was actually your first one or not, but that's the one that shows up as your first.
Hmm.
I want to say it might have been in
Oh,
Olak, maybe, or Olak. Was it
yeah.
there?
No, that could have been. They could have been in. It was in Sackville. I believe it was Duncan Dixon that put that on. Yeah, yeah. It was our first taste of PDJ. I think that was there. Shotgun start. Probably 30 to 40 people involved. Yeah, I think that was our first experience there. Just a quick one day, if my memory serves me well. That's a
Oh.
few years ago for sure.
It must have been a pretty good experience for you. Obviously, you stuck with disc golf, and you certainly got into tournaments after that.
Absolutely. Well, I stuck to it because first of all, Anthony got really involved early. He enjoyed it, and it was our way to get out, exercise. And I love nature. I love being in the woods, and I love being outdoors. So it kind of fit. It fit every criteria that we were looking for. So started there. At start, I was playing a bit, but then we started traveling. I wasn't playing as much, but now I'm getting back into it now that like the last few years I've played a lot more than I played the original years anyways.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yep.
I'd have to ask you, Luke, because the other thing I know that it's not only playing and playing in the tournaments that you've been doing, but you also started tournament directing. So we know that you do the Dieppe Open now, but what was the first tournament? Was that the first tournament you directed, or how did that come about?
Yeah, the first event that I directed was it was kind of we used to call it a Dieppe Safari. They had started that in Dieppe when they opened the course in 2018, where they would just kind of modify the course and make it fun for everybody, and then go from there. And I basically took that over in, I believe, 2021, and made that's when we started calling it the Dieppe Open at that point, and just from there built on. And but the passion for TDing came directly from Ben and Duncan. They were involved with nationals, and the first year was kind of more of the satellite events that we were doing during COVID that happened. So I got involved there to start off, and then the following year we had nationals back to back. They really got me into that, and then the Discmania Open,
Hmm.
and then now things are growing, and I'm more off on my own. I was part of the Flickline tour also, and Ben did that for the 2 years. But now we're concentrating on a few selected events that I run every year. They're bigger, so they take a lot of more time. And obviously, 2027 is we were blessed to be able to host in Dieppe now, so we're getting ready for that too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way it's gone, and we enjoy it. And when I say we, is I've been able to build a team around that of more of other passionate disc golfers, and one of them, Rick Robicahud, that was supposed to be on the podcast tonight, who's become one of my good friends also. He apologizes, just couldn't make it. We've had a long week, and it's been rough lately. But just I've got a great team behind me. I've got him. I've got David Wood. I've got Pat Abal, like the local guys here. We're also like joined in with Review Disc Golf,
Hmm.
so there's a lot of good volunteers there. So it's becoming, as we progress, it seems to becoming easier and easier to organize these events, even though we're growing them. So it's fun, it's encouraging, and it's motivating. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And you know, I've heard some rumors, and you can tell me if this is true or not. But you've really gotten into the tournament directing to the point where, is it right that you're wearing a set of headphones and a speaker, and you got walkie talkies, and you're pretty much running it almost like you've got your volunteers on dispatch or something?
Well, it's last year the Dieppe Open was, well, as you guys probably heard, it was a mess weather wise.
Yeah.
We had thought about it and all that, and we met with these people. They're new. They were new to the game, but I've known Matt and Cindy LeBlanc for quite a while. And they're involved a lot in the logistics of events. So they run a first aid company, and they take part in huge events in all across the southeastern part of the province, and they had all this equipment. They said, Luke, why don't we, if we have spotters on the course, why don't we start using them? And they said, we've got all the communications, it's all wireless, we're just going to plug you with an earpiece and you'll be able to control everything from where you're at. And you know what, it was great. It was actually great. You're getting feedback, you know where the backlogs are coming, and like, yeah, so it was great. If there's any needs on the course, you know right away. You don't have somebody running back and forth. So we started that last year with the Dieppe Open, and guess what? If we can have that same communication over the next few events, it's worth it. It just enhances anyways, and it avoids the snags. Yeah.
Oh, and when I heard about it, it sounded amazing and perfect. And I was just at Falcons Flight last year, and there was a rain delay, and people had to be called off the course, and you're doing the air horns and that. But with spotters on every other hole, and if you have that kind of a communication with them, you can do a lot of things really quickly. I think it's the way of the future for the tournaments for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like a win-win.
Yeah, it's just it's the little things that make it easier on everybody. So it's easier to delegate. Then you're not running around. You're not like you've got your people in place, and you just we're hoping for better weather this year, just to see what we can really make out of it, anyways.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, looking at last year, it looks like you managed to get out and play 6 events last year. And we know you were the tournament director for the Dieppe Open. And I'm sure, we're guessing you probably had your hands involved in a lot of other events as well. If you take a look back at 2025, what were maybe 1 or 2 highlights from the year for you?
I'll say there's 2 major highlights. Well, one was the Dieppe Open, which that was great. That fell. The 2 highlights that I had is one event that I organized and the other one that I helped organize, and then I played in it. Always the King's Pine Cup that we do in PI at King's Pines with the Gills. That's always an amazing event. It when we talk about King's Pine, we talk about we talk more about the grassroots of disc golf, where people would get together in one spot, camp there, stay there for the whole weekend, and then every night we just gather around a bonfire, and then just things happen. So King's Pine's always a highlight. It's always somewhere. It's an event that I help organize, also that I help TD. I didn't play this. I don't play in it. Usually the events that I TD, even if it's a C tier, I'm not I always like to stay behind and make sure things are going well. And the second one was, to be honest, was a complete surprise. Like, we all know Ben Smith, and we all know Ben has these huge projects, and he's been talking about Wentworth for years to try to get into that and to build the course there. So it's the type of course. I went there early in the week, played it. I was debating if I was going to even play it on the weekend, because it's a disc golf experience, and we can talk about that during the Summit Series. But that was like one of the major highlights of my disc golfing career, or my time playing last year, was I got so much out of that event. And it's like I said, it's a must try. It's disc golf, but disc golf at another level.
Okay.
So, but that was really, it was fun. It's an amazing spot to be.
Oh, good.
Those sound like some amazing highlights, especially the Dieppe Open. Talking about the Dieppe Open, we know there's a lot of disc golf that's happening in the Maritimes this year. We want to talk about it a little bit, or as much of it as we can. But why don't we stick with the Dieppe Open, since as we just mentioned it there. So when is the Dieppe opening happening this year?
Dieppe Open is going to be the last weekend of May this year. It's 1 week later than last year. And it's going to be over 3 days. And this year we had built a 3-year plan with the Dieppe Open, with 2005 being year 1 and 2027. We were hoping to be chosen as host, and that happened. So it's a 3-year plan. So this is year 2. So we're expanding. We're going from 176 players to We're going to max out. We're hoping to max out between 250 and 260 players this year,
Wow. Yeah.
and using multiple courses.
Right.
So kind of doing with nationals, we're going to go to 4, maybe 5 courses. So here we're going to do 2, and it's going to be, like I said, a dry run. We're going to add some features to our events. We'll have our traditional players meeting on Thursday night, but we're also going to have some side events to it. We're open to maybe have like a provincial doubles or a provincial kind of match play competition on the Tuesday for the people that get here early. We're going to involve in a hospitality suite at the main course and encouraging players to stay around. We're going to create some fun around it. We're going to have some activities every night, even a DJ on Thursday night
Nice.
for after the players meeting, and then we're going to have a full night on Saturday night again there, and we're going to give it our own twist with stuff happening, like we're looking at a washer toss competition for people around, and like right this year we're renting a 20 by 60 tent, but we're going to probably bring that to 40 by 60 right at the course, and it's right on hole 1 also, so it's going to serve a dual purpose. So during the day it's going to give us shelter, give us room to have a fly mart in there, give us room to do activities. So that's kind of the ambiance that we're going to create with the Dieppe Open this year. We're also going to try something to have a possible shuttle in between the 2 courses.
Wow.
So
Okay.
players that do drive down together and that they don't necessarily play in the same divisions, they've got that option. We're looking at it right now. It's one thing to mention that we want to have a shuttle service, but there's other factors that come in, insurance and stuff like that. So we're kind of looking. We're hoping to make that happen, and it's going to be growth to 250, and then nationals. We all know that usually it's between 400 and 500 players. So we're
Yeah.
looking to get ready for nationals.
That's awesome. I just want to quickly jump back into the chat here. I know I brought it up on screen, but for people listening, Tobin Isaac is in the chat here, and he's looking forward to a warm spring for Dieppe Open this year. And he also says, favorite event from last year, Luke and his crew are amazing. So you're definitely getting a lot of love from people that have played the event. Makes me want to go out there and play it, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I remember seeing Tobin's video there, and the cool thing that you guys did, which I really always think is a nice little add to a tournament, is you were announcing the players off the first tee, and then I think the tent was a little bit away from the first tee pad, so when it was raining like that, it was you're under the tent, run to the tee pad, throw your disc, and then run back.
Yeah,
But they all stuck it
that
out.
did happen quite a bit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and I remember when we did talk about it too, Luke, it was quite the amazing feat for you and your team when you're talking about these dry runs for nationals, was you already had a bit of one last year. What happens when the weather gets bad and water gets on the course, and how do we fix it? And everybody we talked to was so amazed how quickly your team acted on that. So hopefully you get a reprieve this year, because you took the hit last year with the weather.
Yeah, but the weather last year also showed us stuff that we didn't know about the course, and revealed some things that we needed to fix. And you know what? It helped us once we went back to the city after that, and the city has already dumped quite a bit of money into drainage, so that's going to be a major change. There's a change to the layout also. We've modified some things, and you try to learn, and we're going to learn a lot this year, and hopefully nationals in 2027 are like I said, we're lucky. We're one of the first. We're the first to be able to have that 2 years heads up to do it. So we're like we've set the bar fairly high to make it a great event. So
Oh yeah, and you
it'll
know
be fun.
when we were at nationals in September, and Chris O'Zolins and Can Disc Golf announced, and we got to find out not only was the 2026 nationals coming to our home province of Alberta, and then we found out that Dieppe was awarded. We were so excited. You guys had to be probably beside yourselves as well when you found out you were getting that announcement. And and it sounds like it'll be a test run. It just like the excitement and having that 2 years to build up to it. It's going to be amazing when we get there. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for this year, and I can't wait for next year.
That's it. You're hitting the double whammy for sure. And for us, it was kind of fun too, because we only found out minutes before Chris actually announced it at the ceremonies, because he called me maybe an hour or two before he was going to do those ceremonies to let us know officially. We had to sign some stuff prior to, but there was nothing that had been confirmed. So we basically found out almost at the same time as the public. So it was fun. And even the people that we had from from our area at nationals there, they were surprised too. So it was great for everyone, anyways.
Yeah, no, it was good. And I think there was some of you, as you said, some of your team was there, and I believe they were already hitting up Daryl Bankus and anybody else and getting a couple tips here and there. And
we seen them as soon as they finished walking off the tee of 18 or the green of 18 after the playoff. They were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, can we have a look at your playbook?" And he's like, "I've got it all written down. I'm going to send you the spreadsheet."
That's it.
Yeah, and that's always
exactly
good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And Daryl has shared some information with us too. So working together here and trying to make raise the bar every event and make it a real national competition.
Good stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the Dieppe Open. And as we get going here, we know that we mentioned Ben Smith earlier. We've talked about Duncan Dixon. We had the two of them on the show after they were awarded the Volunteer of the Year. And we know how much they've done over the past in growing disc golf in the Maritimes. And you've joined those efforts as well. And there's so many other volunteers. It really is showing. Like whenever I go to prepare our outlines and I look at what's happening out east, there's so many tournaments in all of the 4 provinces in the area. So what is the scene going to look like this year? Is it looking good? Is it looking pretty robust?
It's looking great. It's pretty amazing to see where we're at now versus where we were 4 or 5 years ago. I remember when we started putting on the Flickline Tour, which was basically was 8 or 9 events that we put in, 8 or 9 2-day events over a summer. We had lots of options on the calendar, and we would just plug them in. And here we go. There's the tour, and then a few odd events were happening. But now, like in 2026, all 4 provinces will have their own tours. New Brunswick is getting their inaugural tour also this year. When we look at just PI, the tour is 6 one-day stops, and I think the tour finale is a 2-day. And then Nova Scotia is reintroducing their tour. They last year it kind of dropped a little bit. There wasn't really an official tour, but this year they're going with an eight separate dates. They're going to call it the Lighthouse Tour also, which is pretty cool. And there's the return of the popular Iron Leaf also, which is one of the oldest standing event in the Atlantics right now. So that's coming up. Newfoundland has 4 2-day events that are being planned. And then New Brunswick this year also jumps on the bandwagon, and we've got a total of 9 events that are going to count towards our tour. A few of those being B tiers, the Dieppe Open being in one of them as an A tier. So points are going to be distributed differently. And then through that, we're adding the Summit Series, we're adding the Kings Pine Cup. So people that are planning for 2027 and want to make it a disc golf vacation, you want to come out, you want to take 2 or 3 weeks to come down here and plan around it. I'm telling you, you're going to have lots of choices come 2027. It's gonna be a busy one.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And you've done great at hitting the highlights of what we were having here. One of the things we wanted to do too is just anybody listening. We don't think our provincial coordinators always get shouted out the way they are. They're doing a lot in the background too. Another one of the group of volunteers. So when I had it down here, I've got, so in PEI, we got Kyle Bates going on, working out there, and you had mentioned the Kings Pine Open. I saw that one. That's a highlight for us. We hear so much good stuff, and we've seen the coverage that's been out there. Out in Nova Scotia, you got Adam Dow as your provincial coordinator. Again, as you said, the Iron Leaf B tier, another awesome event, long-standing, that's out there. Now, Daryl, why don't you talk a little bit about Newfoundland and Labrador, because I know we like this one. Tell Luke what we like about that.
Yeah, this one kind of stood out to us a little bit because we did it in one of our topper shows. We're the only one that we're interested in Newfoundland and Labrador is the Avalon Championship, sponsored by McNiven's Pub.
Yeah.
That was a highlight for us.
Typical. That's it.
Yeah, we mentioned that
Can't
one.
be more
and,
Newfoundlanders.
that was the one where the results weren't even posted, and it was because they were still recovering, we thought.
Yeah, because it was so good. It was like they started out at McNiven's Pub, they played around and went to McNiven's Pub, then they had the celebration party. I was like, are they just going to McNiven's Pub, or are they actually playing disc golf? But yeah, so Johnston Miller's out there, and he's doing a great job, and he actually gave us a good update of what's going to happen in Newfoundland. So we're going to throw that on the website too.
That's going to be perfect. Yeah, Johnson's doing a great job, even though he's moved to Ontario now. But he's still doing lots of stuff remotely. Great gentleman. I was fortunate enough to meet him on his way out of Newfoundland. He was driving through New Brunswick there in the fall, and we got to just chat around and visit the course here. So yeah, he's a great asset for disc golf in Canada, anyways.
Yeah, and then lastly, of course, you mentioned New Brunswick. We've mentioned Duncan Dixon, Dieppe Open. So much going on. So it's like you said, it's going to be awesome, and to have 4 tours, because really, when people who haven't come out east, it's much bigger than they expect, but in some respects, it's small as well, because you can get from where you are out to Charlottetown in 2.5 hours. So you could be in PEI, you can be over in Nova Scotia. Just maybe Newfoundland's that bigger jump to get over there. But
Exactly.
everything's pretty close if you want to participate once you get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and when you're in my area, like the Dieppe or Greater Moncton area, we're basically the central point for everything. So I'm 2 hours max from every event that's happening there, other than anything that's going to happen in Cape Breton. But yeah, it's very centralized. It's easy to get around. Like I said, lots of events, lots for people to do, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but one thing that we wanted to bring up was when we last had Ben on the podcast. He was telling us about this new ski hill course that he was designing. Next thing we know, we look at YouTube. Simon Lizotte, he's in Canada. He's playing it. He's reviewing the course. Now, after watching the video, this course, Jeremy, I don't know about you, but for me, it's on my one of my must-play Canadian courses. It looks so amazing.
It's an experience that you won't see anywhere else.
Yeah.
Physically demanding. I'm not going to hide it. If you walk up and walk back down, it is very physically demanding, but so rewarding. Like, I'm 50 years old, not in great shape. I played it earlier in the week this year just to try it out, and I was debating if I was going to play on the weekend. But guess what? I still played the event that they had there in the fall, and it's so rewarding going up that mountain. Your discs don't fly the same way as you think they should be flying. And then once you get to the top, the views, just the tapestry itself, it's worth it. It's so worth it. But Ben had this great idea of doing a summit series this summer.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't mind, I'll get into it.
Absolutely.
It's basically 4 separate dates that it's going to be 1-day events. And the way he built Wentworth is right now, I think there's 27 but might be heading into the 30 some odd holes that are going to be on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a blue layout. He does have a red layout, or it's more like 40 some holes anyways. And right now he's got a blue and a red. And Simon came out, and they're going to be building some gold tees to add to it.
Ooh.
But the plan is with the Summit Series is the chairlifts are going to be operable. So your fees to the event, basically your tee time is you jump on the chairlift, they get you to the top of the mountain. He's going to have different layouts set up for you to play. Have a small lunch while you're there, play some more holes, and then play your way down. There's 3 or 4 holes on the way down.
Yeah.
And it's pretty steep. Like I think it's 800 and some meters, or I'm not quite sure of the height. Anyways, but you're coming down a mountain, throwing your discs. And that again is is an experience of its own. So there's going to be 4 different events, and then there's a one major event to close it out, which ends up being a 2 day. And for that 2 day event, though, you have to play up and play all the way down.
Okay.
So
Just
it's going to be fun.
yeah, from
Yeah, go ahead.
the way that Ben was describing it, it sounded like it was going to be an awesome course with so many different layouts. And then watching the video, it looks so good. The way that you can just see these newly cut fairways, and part of the video was Simon trying to throw the disc and saying, "This is how I pick a fairway: throw the disc, and if it hits a tree, that's the tree we cut down." And then watching him just throw the disc and go right down through the fairway and not hit a single tree. But I can only imagine
Yeah,
how good it's going to be in a year or two's time. Once it starts to grow in a
that's
little
it.
bit, kind of get settled a little bit. It'll be, it's already, of course, I want to go play just for the experience.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's going to be in 2027. It's going to be accessible to the public prior to the nationals, so it'll be a great sidestep for anybody that wants to go for. You got to plan a full day to go there. You're not going to be playing multiple courses if you decide to go to Wentworth, but
Yeah.
it's so worth it, and there's so much more coming to it too that Ben's got planned, and yeah, like I said, it's a disc golf experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I guess we could say that too, Luke, is so anyone who's coming out to Dieppe, whether it's going to be nationals in a couple of years, the Dieppe Open, it looked to me it's about what, an hour and a half drive to get to Wentworth from Dieppe.
Exactly. Yeah, an
Yeah.
hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's a good
and
way
it's
to
an easy.
spend an
It's
extra day.
Hmm.
Yeah, straight highway. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's you base yourself in the southeastern part of New Brunswick, and you're basically in a disc golf hub of the Maritimes.
Yes. Well, and I'm thinking too, you're saying 30 plus, maybe 40 holes that are going to be in that one area. That's just hard to even believe in one small space to have that many holes. Now, with the holes that you got a chance to play, is there one that's kind of burned into your memory, whether it was because it was a beautiful shot or it was the hardest hole you'd ever played or any reason at all?
Uh, the final hole definitely has its touch because you're way elevated. You see the ski this the whole bottom of the hill there, and you're shooting downhill. I don't know, just with the view and everything. Like my bag is full of understable discs, but once I get there, you just cannot throw any understable discs
Hmm.
because they'll just float away and gone. So no, it's just the 3 holes coming down the hill, but also the satisfaction of hole 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then turning around and seeing what you've just climbed, what you've just accomplished, and just trying to get your breath back, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you end up going into this tapestry in the woods. Like I said, it's an experience that everybody will need to live. uh, Not easy, but if you take your time, it's so rewarding.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. It sounds
It's a
like a
gem.
course, yeah, that you'll never get to play.
Yeah.
You can't really compare it to anything else. Is what it looks like on the video anyway.
And
So
it's exactly what it is.
yeah. So as we move forward into this season, I know me and Jeremy are getting really excited for the season to start. We'll be heading into our season 3 of our fantasy picks, our Canadian A tiers that we do. So not only do we make the picks, we have a guest on to make their picks as well. Our listeners can go
Yep.
to our website. They can select their own teams to play along as well. They can get entered into to win some prizes as well. Now, last year, you were kindly donated the replica buoy for us, some discs, and you gave us what else did we get?
We got lots of stuff.
We got
Luke
lots of
took
stuff.
care of us. Yeah.
Sonia is in the chat. She was one of the recipients of the buoy. We know a few East Coast players. Like we interviewed Dylan Gowdy.
Mm-hmm.
We've interviewed Oliver Murphy. He was a
Yes.
young up and comer.
Hmm.
Chris Bork we know as well. Who else should we
Yep.
be watching from the Maritimes? And how about maybe some in the female divisions?
Yeah, in the Maritimes this year, it's all up for grabs. Like if you look at last seasons, we had so many different winners at different events.
Right.
You've named the major ones there, like Chris Bork, Oliver Murphy, Dylan Gowdy. There's Pierre Landry that's in there also.
Yes.
Not new baby this year. I don't know if he's going to be playing as much. James Mallard, he was injured most of last season. He's coming back. Where it gets interesting in our neck of the woods, it's also in the Masters, the 40 and over division, where we've got the Chris Richard, Nick Martin, Ben is still in there. We got Jody Wagstaff. We got a lot of good Masters players that are involved at that level. Michael Stoddard, I'm Adam Dow. Like I'm not, I know I'm missing I'm missing a few here, and I do apologize. But our Masters division in the Maritimes has grown. It's almost the bulk of our players. That's where they stand. So that's become very very interesting, and it's going to be very very fun come nationals to see the rest of the country merge into here and to see how we stack against once it comes to that. Even the 50 and overs, MP50 is a very very popular group also down our end. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And you know what?
So those are
Yeah.
and female wise, um, there's a mix match. Tennis is always around. Tennis trainers has been around last few years. There is a growth, but more at the recreational level on our end.
Yeah.
For female, there's lots of females involved. Our leagues are packed. There is women's nights that are starting to happen, and the CWE has a big contribution to that too. So we're just hoping that there's going to be more and more on the competitive side, but it seems to be probably on the recreational side. But once it comes to tournaments, that's where we're lacking a little bit. But yeah, PI with Ellen Dixon and Kim Gill there, they're strong too. So like I said, it's going to be interesting to see where disc golf heads in regards to that as the population gets a little older, and we're
Mhm.
hoping that that like the MPOs will stick around, and that like we've got some young guns in there, but they just need some competition also. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is that if you're a female playing in the Maritimes, there's room to grow. There's space for you to go over to the professional side. The good thing I like about what just happened there was, if we had done an interview with Luke 2 years ago, and we asked him about up and coming players, a lot of those names we probably wouldn't have recognized. They would have been the first time hearing them. But through doing our fantasy picks, that's
it.
perfect. It's a perfect example of why we do it. Is because we want to highlight the players that are playing in those divisions that don't necessarily get highlighted. Once we put our
Exactly.
teams out on social media, sometimes what we're hoping is that people will look at our teams and say, "Okay, I think." Jeremy's team I think is the best. They don't normally say that, but sometimes they might say
Yeah.
they might think Jeremy's team is the best. Who's he got on his team? So then they'll go to Disc Golf Scene, they'll go to PDGA Live,
This-
and then they'll
they'll
follow those
start.
players as it's happening. And you mentioned there Pierre Landry, tennis trainer, like names that we've heard of, and it's just so good to be like, yes, I
Yeah.
recognize those names. Yeah,
Yeah. A big thing that I can't wait to see how that's going to develop is you guys have probably heard that there's been some middle school and high school championships that have happened in New Brunswick. So this year it's not a recognized sports yet at the interscholastic level, but it's becoming. But many high schools now have disc golf on their curriculums, their phys ed curriculum.
nice.
So we're seeing a lot of that happening now, and our junior levels, we're seeing a lot of younger players on the courses now. We're just hoping that with nationals coming and with the Dieppe Open and with this tour going on, that it's going to incite more kids to join and play on the competitive side. But like I said, last year, Duncan Dixon was part of that project too with Blake Reynolds and a whole bunch of people involved. And we had a middle school championships, and we ended up adding the high school component to it also because once we started talking about it, high schools jumped in. And like I said, there's more baskets in schools now than there's ever been.
That's
So
awesome.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's fantastic.
No,
yeah.
it's good news. And there was one person we forgot to mention. I think somebody maybe on the show even has a son who rips it pretty good out there too, don't they?
So, yeah, Anthony's been playing last year. He kind of took a step back. Obviously, he graduated from high school, and there's priorities in life, and at one point you got to start work, and you got to get, and we're big on him getting an education, so that's what he concentrated on. We didn't travel as much, took a step back, but still enjoying it, still chucking, still playing events here and there. He plans on playing a few more this summer. He's going to be done college, so he'll have more free time. But he's still in the mix. He still enjoys it. Still control fire. Now let's do it consistently.
That's awesome.
There you go.
Yep.
Good. Well, Daryl, we're coming to the end of the show here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you are truly ready for what I got coming for you this time. Are you ready?
Well, you've been putting it out there recently, so go ahead.
All right. So, Daryl, some people, not us, but some people may look at a map of New Brunswick and think that Dieppe and Moncton are one city.
Really?
Those people are wrong. Dead wrong there, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Dieppe is its own city with its own culture, government, markets, museums, and more. But when you look at a map, you can see that the two cities are separated by Wheeler Boulevard, and it's the largest traffic circle you've probably ever seen. By my calculations, it's like over 350 meters across from one side to the other.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brook running through it.
Really?
Yeah, like there's water going through the traffic circle. And that's pretty sizable to me.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is that if I stood right in the middle
Yeah.
of this thing, I don't
Okay.
even know if I'd be able to see the cars going around.
Yeah.
It would almost feel like I was on an
an
island. Speaking of islands,
Discs. Picture this. You've taken a relaxing cruise, however the ship goes down. You manage to swim to an island, and fortunately for you, there's an 18-hole disc golf course. Which 3 discs are you taking with you on the island?
Yeah, you're getting more and more elaborate these, Jeremy. We can see them coming now. It's that part of the show. It's that part of the show where we ask you if you're on this fictitious ship and it goes down, and you have your trusty disc golf bag with you with only 3 discs in it, or maybe 4. If only 3 discs in it, and you swim to the island, which 3 discs do you hope you have with you?
Well, you guys gave me a heads up, so I was able to prepare. Obviously, I'm a big Thought Space fan, and Thought Space has been good to us. I've got this not so soft Praxis, which is an amazing throwing putter. There's a grip to it, but it's so versatile. You can use it for anything. So yeah, the Praxis makes the bag. And one of the OGs for Thought Space again, a Pathfinder.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's got to be in everybody's bag. I think it's one of the most reliable mid ranges out there. That's definitely going in the bag. And then a shout out to Sheedizer here that
Yeah.
did a great job on this Proctor Votum. I probably have 5 or 6 Votums in my bag, so this Proctor Votum here is my go-to for basically anything else. And then last year when Thomas was down, big shout out, Big
Yeah.
Maple. This is it's a lightweight Votum that he had at his battle with Big Maple. That's been in the bag since last year, and it's doing amazing stuff for me. So yeah, a Praxis, a Pathfinder, and a Votum. I think we're in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I know MVP makes Prax or Thought Space discs. That Pathfinder, that would
Yep.
be like the Nebula. What
Eth-
plastic?
it's the Nebula Aura, I think. Yeah, or
Is it
I'll-
the ethereal?
no, this is the Nebula Aura actually.
Nebula Aura.
But
Okay.
ethereal would be, I think, just a little bit softer. This is more like a sturdy plastic.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
do you like the lightweight Votum? Because I know someone else used to throw a lightweight Votum, and then it came out of their bag for a little bit. Jeremy was bagging a lightweight Votum, and I swear he could put this thing on a dime. But then if
If the
one,
wind
one or
picks
two
up.
one or two throws and it doesn't work out for Jeremy, it comes straight out of the bag. He doesn't like to mess around. So
They go
Yeah,
in and out so quick, Luke. I'm a fickle person when it comes to that.
I love the lightweight. I love it. But as soon as there's again wind involved, then it does flip easily on you. But the regular Votum, it's whatever angle you give it, it seems to just keep it. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing as the Pathfinder. Pathfinder, whatever angle you give it, it's gonna follow it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
well, we gave you a heads
beauty
up
of
on
those.
Yeah, we gave you a heads up on the discs. One thing, we're going to throw a curveball at you, Luke. If you could transport any course that you've either played or might be on your bucket list to play, if you could transport this course to the island only to play with those 3 discs, which course would you take? Or 4 discs?
Which course would I? Um, this is going to surprise a lot of people. Um, I can't throw far, so I'm and I like wooded courses. The course that I would bring there is one that a lot of people do not like, but I do. It's called Le Monstre, and it's in
Okay.
Quebec City.
Okay.
That course has I love it. I go down there and play an event every year just because I love that course so much. It is a wooded course. It is tight lines, but it's also a very rewarding course. So if you play smart, you play placement shots, um, you can be very, very successful. And yeah, I think it's very that if I would bring a course, and it's yeah, shout out to my good buddy Louis Laroche there that has designed it. And it's right in Quebec City, very accessible, just off the highway there. So yeah, Le Mans in Quebec would be probably one of the courses I bring. Yeah, for
Nice.
sure.
There you go. I was just going to ask, I was going to say my French isn't the greatest, and I had an inkling, but Sonia seems to have confirmed it. That's Le Monstre, as in the monster?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're going to go out
Yeah.
and do an East Coast road trip, maybe we can stop off and
That'll
play
be
that
on
one.
there too.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Well, Luke,
Yep.
you mentioned some of those discs. I got Pathfinders in my bag. I've always got one in my bag. As Daryl said, the Votum goes in and out. I love my Thought Space, my Axiom, my MVP. I love all of those discs, all
Karen
of
Martel
the plastic. Yeah, my Karen Martel
Mantra.
mantras are always in there too.
Yeah.
Or Karen
Yep.
Martel, sorry. Yeah, mantras. They're always in there, so that was great. Now, you also said La Monstra, and it reminds me, one of our guys in the chat right now, we have a course of all names when we're talking about names. It's called Dog Rump Creek, and it sounds a little bit like what you're saying, because it's one of those, it's a shorter course, which is nice, but you got to hit your lines. You don't hit your lines, you get punished. And I think there's a lot of room for that, and especially for the way that it makes a course accessible to players, whether you know how to play or you don't. If you're just learning, those courses are good for both skill levels, I find. So
Exactly. You got to go in there. You got to have different shots in your bag, and I think that's what it's all about. Like disc golf, yeah, throwing far is one thing, but being accurate is another thing too. So yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Well, now before the other one I wanted to say, Daryl, was before we really got into the Desert Island discs.
Yeah.
I think Luke wanted to say something about the traffic circle. Did I hit all the marks right with my little facts there, or how did I do?
It's a huge traffic circle actually, and it basically gives you're on the highway to Shediac, you're getting into Dieppe, or you're heading into Moncton. That's exactly what it is, and yes, it is pretty huge, and they're popping up all over the city now, traffic circles instead of lights. So
Yeah.
you'll get used to it once you'll be able to experience it anyways. If you make your way down, we'll give you a tour.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm originally from England, so we live and die by the roundabouts, the traffic circles.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you.
Well, I was going to say, though,
go
is
ahead.
that Luke's getting the really big ones out there. Up in the part of town that I'm in, we're starting to see a lot more of them come in as well, just like you're saying, Luke. But we're getting ones that are so small, it's almost impossible to drive around them without running over them. They're getting so tight, some of the ones they're putting in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
We're seeing the same trend here. Same trend.
Yeah. Well, we've covered a lot of ground tonight, Luke. Is there anything that we've missed or anything else that you want to shout out? You can go ahead and give it a shout out right now.
I just want to say thanks, guys. You guys do an amazing job, and let's see this. Let's be able. I hope to be back on this show in many years from now. But just a tribute to you guys. You do a fantastic job. As TDs, we discuss, we talk amongst each other, and the way you do it is amazing. So keep up the good work, and thank you.
Oh,
And thanks for having me.
Thank you.
well, we appreciate you. Thanks for that. And yeah, we'll be talking to you again around the Dieppe Opener, as we said. What was it, episode 146? 33
around-
episodes.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
now.
We've already got you booked in.
Yeah, and then of course
There you
2027
go.
Nationals.
It's a good
It's
date.
in my calendar. I'm ready to go. Now that you've told me September, I think I'll just book off the whole month or every weekend that month, and
Yeah.
that should cover it. So it'll be good. I can't
it.
wait.
It's gonna be fun. Fun times ahead.
Yeah. Awesome. We're looking forward to it.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining, Luke. And like I said, we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke.
Take care.
Well, Daryl, so much is happening
Yeah.
out east, and this is the true East Coast, right?
This is
not
the
not
true
the
East.
original chain out east.
Exactly. Yeah. And what a person to talk to. Luke knows what's going on in every province, knows all the tournaments that's happening, and
And cares so much
Yeah.
about it too, right? Like it's not, he could just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to focus on New Brunswick disc golf, and that
Right.
would be it.
Yeah.
But like he's interacting with all of the different areas. He's even talking about Quebec, really promoting the support wherever he can get to.
absolutely. Yeah.
And then, of course, we talked about him a few times on the podcast tonight as well, was Duncan Dixon and Ben Smith. They've done so much over the years to take disc golf to the one step, and you kind of got to hand it off. And they're not ready to hand it off. Well, actually I think they said they might be ready to hand it off when we talked to them. Now
Bit
that
of
I
a
mentioned it.
180.
Yeah, maybe they did. But yeah, it's gentlemen like Luke and the rest of the volunteers out there in the East who are really pushing things forward. So that's fantastic. And seeing, we mentioned Dieppe Open was managed to get Greenfoot Energy
Yeah.
as a sponsor. So that's a pretty big sponsor. I remember seeing the pictures. They even had a
The
mascot.
mascot. Exactly. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool as well. But great to see what's going on the other side of the country. I love the fact that we get to talk to people from one coast to the other,
Yeah.
north to south.
That's it. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said to you before, it just getting to know those names so that more and more you hear them. And then the next thing you know, maybe those will be the people that are traveling, following all the A tiers around Canada. Maybe there'll be a Canadian tour.
Yeah.
Hey, we can live and dream.
That would be good.
Yeah.
You know what I need to ask you though is, and we've never talked about this in all the times we've gone out to eat and we've chatted and everything else, road trips. Do you eat lobster? Are you a lobster fan?
I think I've had lobster once,
Oh,
and I said, so much effort for so little reward.
well then.
Maybe I just don't know how to eat lobster properly.
Okay, well that's something we're gonna have to make sure we do when we're out there too. We didn't even touch on the fact of that's where you eat seafood is when
Oh,
you
of
go
course,
out to the
I-
East
yeah.
Coast. Yeah, so especially lobster for sure.
Right? Some lobster and some screech.
Yeah, the screech as well. Well, hey, look what we got in here. Look what
Right.
we've got highlighted. This is
Exactly.
all you. Go
It's
for
all
it.
me. Well, why don't we say it right now? We used to do this thing called the secret word, where we would bring up a secret word at the end of the episode, and that way we would get people, if you watched it right to the very end, put this word in a sentence in the chat, so that we would know that you watched it to the end. Don't just put the word, because then everybody was like, why are they putting this random word? Just put the word in a sentence. Now, I was going to go with lobster, just because it was one that we just brought up at the end. Tobin's saying Dieppe equals mussels.
Oh, okay.
And seeing, we always like to involve the chat. I know it wasn't really
I
a
think
word.
mussels
It
works.
wasn't really a word that was discussed through the episode.
But that shows that
But it
you
just shows that if you listen right to the very end, let's just, if you can drop a sentence in the comments,
use the word
use
mussels.
the word mussels in that sentence, and
Or-
we'll know.
And I think any synonym or however you want to use the word mussels, right?
Right.
You can have some fun with it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we'll know.
Yeah.
And if you want to throw
There you
lobster
go.
in there, go ahead. Traffic circle, you name it.
Bonus points for lobster as well. Mussels, traffic circle. Yeah, we just anything. Just drop us a comment to let us know that you've got to the end of the podcast. We really appreciate it.
And while you're dropping that comment on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that. Let's get there. We only need a few more to get to 500. And if you've done all that and you want to support your favorite podcast a little bit more, of course, use Chain Out at BR Disc Golf and at Disc Republic, and
Oh,
that'll
let's
help
change
us
that.
out. And then also head to our Patreon as well. And you can join us at any level, including free. And that'll support and help us keep bringing you more content. And speaking of Patreon, we've got our Around the Basket episode coming up in about 15 minutes. You can go over to get the free link to join us, and we get interactive with you, and we want to hear everything you have to say and have a conversation both with each other and with you about disc golf. So
Yeah.
let's get ready for that.
Do
But
you have a quiz this week?
no, I don't have a quiz. but I know we always do some distal. Do you have a quiz?
No, I don't have a quiz. I've done a quiz for like the last 3 or 4 weeks, and those silhouettes,
They take time.
they do take a little bit of time. I didn't have enough time to do it this week, obviously, because I was putting out pictures of random people on our Instagram, which I apologize again. But yeah, maybe we'll do a bit of distal. We haven't done that for a while.
I love doing distal.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect.
Well, Daryl, how do
Should
we? I've lined us up again.
Yeah.
This one's not so Beastie Boys. This one's just a little bit more rhymey.
It's just a little bit more. Oh, so we don't have to go full.
We don't have to No, I don't have to put my hat on backwards.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, thanks for joining us. Chatting with Luke tonight was so much fun.
Sharing East Coast DG news with everyone.
Tournaments, tours, courses, and more.
Maritimers have so much disc golf in store.
Wentworth Ski Hill is now a must-play.
At least that's what we heard Simon say.
Luke, Ben, and Duncan, so much disc golf clout.
What's left to say? But see you next time. And
Chain out. Thanks, everybody.